are you feeling right now?
Um, Giggly. I feel like you're like a Christian know-it-all. Lady, I just failed my test. I'm not being raised by my dad, and like I'm growing up to be somebody good.
Hi, friends. Welcome to the Liz Teach podcast. I'm so glad that you joined me. And today I have a special episode with a giggling young man. My grandson Jay is joining me. For those of you that has seen my recent episode with his mom and his aunt, I said I want the people to meet my favorite person in the world, but shh, we won't tell your mom and your aunt. This is my grandson Jay. Hi, Jay.
Hi.
How are you feeling right now?
Um, Giggly.
Giggly and nervous.
Yeah.
Yes, as you like.
Uh,
So he is such a good sport. And he reminded me he has been on my podcast before, but it was only in the audio. That has to be like 4 years ago, right?
2020.
2020?
Yeah.
Yeah, where he did like an intro or something. I think I'm going to find that little audio and play it for
It's
them.
in like your 5th episode or something.
Okay, so we'll find it. So I want to read a scripture because that's what we're going to be talking about, me as your grandma and how I have tried to pour into your life, the Lord, and hopefully lots of love. But there's a lot of grandparents that listen or watch my podcast, and I think we can share some stuff with them. Okay, so Second Timothy chapter 1, verse 5. This is Paul. He's speaking to Timothy. And he says, I recall your sincere faith that first lived in your grandmother Lois and in your mother Eunice, and now I am convinced is in you also. And so, Jay, for me as a grandma, I have the privilege, and I'm so grateful that your mom also lets me pour into you the word. We go to church together. I take you to youth group. Now you even text other people to take you to youth group, which is a great thing. So let's talk about all of that, right? So
Mhm.
what are some of the things that have helped you, me as a grandma, which by the way, he calls me Lila. So me as your Lila,
Mm.
that has helped you in your faith with the Lord or your walk with the Lord. What do you think?
Um, I think what's helped me is that you take time out of your day to like pray with me and to see, like make sure that I know who like God is, so I won't make the same mistakes that my parents went through or like you went through when you were growing up.
Because that's one thing I try to do is be honest with you that some of the things that I teach you is not necessarily that I always had it right, but I saw when I did it wrong that it messed me up. And so I don't want that to happen to you. And your mom is really good about telling you that too. Like, Jay, don't do this because I did it. I didn't listen to Lila and it got me into trouble. And so before this episode, I spoke to Jay and I said, honey, you can be completely honest, even if it feels awful. So I'm preparing my heart. What are things that I do? Let's talk about the spiritual realm first. What are things that his brain is going? I'm so concerned right now. No, but what are things that I do in the spiritual realm that you're like, oh, she's doing too much?
In the spiritual realm, I think when you're praying, I think you move your hands a little too much. Yeah, you move your hands a lot, and it throws me off because
Okay,
when we're praying
it's
and I feel on
distracting.
my thigh, just you know.
My God, that's so funny. I do use my hands a lot. I think it's because I come from New York and this is what we do. I use my hands a lot. So okay, that's funny. Is there anything else that I do? Do you think I pray too much, or the word too much? Any of those things? I'm like, oh, here she comes again.
Uh, I feel like I feel like
It's okay.
I feel like you're like a Christian know-it-all.
I come across as a know-it-all.
Yeah,
Okay.
only like in like Christianity, not in anything else
Okay.
because you need help a lot.
I need help. Well,
Yeah.
that's another subject. He's probably going to say something about technology, my phone, or something like that. Okay, so a know-it-all. So that can be awful, right? Or
Or good.
or good. So do you mean it like it's good but a little bit awful because
Like
I'm always talking about God,
no,
or
like it can be good, but then at some point you could say something and then come up with 40 facts on why it had 4 pieces of hair.
oh my goodness. Okay. All right. So sometimes I understand what you're talking about. I understand what you're talking about. So less words. And this I understand because he is a young man. He's a teenage boy that the brain is going constantly. And so I understand that I have many words. I think even sometimes in my podcast, I have said, all those words, people, to say the color is red. So that's what you're talking about, right? Yeah. So even sometimes when I pray with him, because I love to pray. And so sometimes when I pray with you, I feel myself going in so many directions that I want to pray about. And I have to kind of catch myself and say, focus on what I'm praying with Jay. So that's really helpful. Do you think because a lot of times when you have a situation in your life, I bring God into it. I want to tell you what God would say to try to change your perspective, you know? So is that something that's beneficial, or sometimes you're like, I don't want to hear it?
No, it's like mid cuz
Okay.
sometimes like I could be like really mad and I need a way to figure it out. You talk about God and then I pray and then it's gone. But then I could talk about, oh, I just failed my test. You're like, God can help you. And I'm like, lady, I just failed my test.
okay.
I I need something else than just than just
I get it. I get it. I'm doing my best, honey. I'm doing my best, but I get it because I know sometimes when something bad happens to me and I'm just like, I don't want to hear anything good about it. I just want to feel bad for a moment. Don't give me the answer right now. So I completely get it. That's really helpful, Jane. Thank you. I'm trying I'm trying to give you wisdom, honey, that I wish I had as a young person. I really feel that if there was wisdom shared with me ahead of time and not just people always talking at me, I'm trying to have conversations with you as your grandmother to bring your awareness of maybe a better way to do things, right? And so, yeah, so I'm trying to do that. And, learning along the way too, because sometimes the Lord is like, no, you don't have to share that. You don't have to say that. So that's good. So, how is your relationship with the Lord going now?
um I think it's going pretty good cuz after all like the church camps I've been to, I feel like I know who he is more
Hmm.
than just like, oh, he made the world, you know?
Yeah,
And I feel like I be able to talk to him more because I know who he is and not just like a thing of light, you know?
that's good. So I remember the first time we sent you to kids camp, your mom and myself. Of course, that's something I always wanted, but at the end of the day, it was your mom's decision because I have to have that boundary. I remember you being nervous about it, right? And when you slept away from us, and in those moments, we as your mom as the parent, me as the grandparent, kind of have to come in. I know this feels a little awkward. I know this feels a little scary, but this is good for you. And so it's learning, even as a young man, that you're not always going to understand why we're pushing you to do things, but in the end, it's good for you. And look, now years later, kids camp, the conference invade at our church, how much you've grown in the Lord and can hear the Lord guiding you. So that's awesome. That's awesome. I also talked to you about your friends, right? And the kind of friends you should have. What kind of friend do you think you are, as far as in the spiritual aspect? What kind of friend are you to the boys in your
In the
life?
spiritual aspect,
Mm-hmm.
I think in the spiritual aspect, I'm a person who, or I'm a person who goes the right way, but sometimes can mess up.
Okay.
You know.
Yeah, of course. And so that's something we all do, honey, you know? And so as you're growing, but the good thing is that you recognize when you mess up, right? And so when you go to the Lord, when you mess up, what's that? You have to what?
Huh?
When you go to the Lord, when you mess up, what are you doing?
Repenting.
Yeah, repenting. And so we have to learn how to repent. And that's what I'm been trying to show you, to live a life of repentance, because we don't want to just feel bad about something. We want to change the bad thing. And repentance helps us to change the bad thing. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Are your favorite things about church
Um.
besides hanging out with your friends?
Okay. That I get to learn more
Mhm.
and not just like learn stuff occasionally. I learn it every week and weekend because I go Wednesdays and Sundays, and not like just finding it out on TikTok or Instagram.
Yeah.
I like learn. I like learning faster. I don't like to wait because
Interesting.
I like to have something there. Like if I'm learning something like the drums, I needed to like play every day to get good. But then like I stopped playing.
Yeah. And so not everything is going to happen quick. And so that's even something that we can pray about, for the Lord to give you patience in the things that won't happen quick, right? And one thing that we do when we go to church is I always ask you what you learned. Like, you get in the car, and every time I ask you, right, what did you learn, Jay? I've even asked you, hey, take a note. And sometimes you forget. Sometimes like, I don't know, Dana, right? It's like, crickets. But it's important for me to try to bring out of you what you've learned, because the more we talk about it, the more it gets into your heart, and then it gives fruit. What does it mean when to give fruit? Like, what happens when we give fruit of something we learn?
Uh, they get the seeds and then they can sprout it.
Yeah. So the word is seeds, and that you put them that go into your heart. And then when we activate that by obedience, by listening to the word, and then it gives fruit in our lives. But not only that, but in the lives, of others, and that's what the Lord wants us to do. So that's really cool. So you were just listening to a podcast that I recorded with Pastor Jonas, where he was talking about fatherhood, and he was talking about raising children, and even stuff about husbands. And as you grow older, it's good for you to listen to things that maybe your dad didn't hear, your mom didn't hear, I didn't hear. And it's important. So, what takeaways, even from something like that, do you have when you were listening to Pastor Jonas?
When I was listening to him, if I'm being honest,
Yeah.
because he told me to be honest, half of the
Yes.
time I was playing Block Blast on my phone.
welcome,
But
welcome to Jay's brain.
um, because ADHD. But what I took was like the percentage of how many kids get raised by their dads and how many don't, and that honestly was kind of sad because I'm not being raised by my dad, and like I'm growing up to be somebody good, but I would just wish my dad was there to experience it too.
Yeah. And thank you for that, Jay, because I'm sure there's parents listening also to this. And even yesterday, I think it was when we were at the beach or going to the beach, I said, Jay, what do you want the most from your father? And you said a relationship. And so at the end of the day, as kids, we want a relationship with our mom, with our dads, but you as a young man wanting a relationship with your dad. He is in your life, but you want more. You want more, and that's okay. Do you see do you see God as a father yet?
Um, yeah, I see him as a father because he's always there when I need him,
Hmm.
and yeah, he's always there when I need him, and he can bring me comfort.
Okay, good. I'm glad. I'm glad. And as you get older, you'll get to know him more as a father for different seasons in your life, right? You'll sense his comfort, like you said, or you'll sense his love, but it's really important, Jay, that you understand that he is your father. I also liked that you mentioned when Pastor Jonas fumbled over the verse. So you were like, Leela, I can read a verse because I feel okay now. Because a lot of times I want to put him on camera for something and he will read a verse and he fumbles over it. And I try to tell him, it's okay. It's okay.
That was off
Uh,
camera.
yes. And so I love that when we can be real, the kids around us, our grandkids, when we're real, when we're honest and transparent and not trying to be so perfect, they can see that. They need us to be real, right? And so then you don't feel so bad about yourself. Like, for example, for that, I'm going to fumble over a verse, and that's okay. So that you're not so hard on yourself, right? So, yeah. So, you have the blessing now. You're going to be going to a Christian school soon, which is something that I have prayed for years. But once again, and I could have done all the things. I could have told mom, hey, I'll pay for it, I'll do all the things, right? But that would have been me stepping into a place that I didn't have to and shouldn't. It's manipulation, all the things. And so now you're going to a Christian school. I'm so excited. How are you feeling about it?
I'm feeling good because I finally get to go back to school after homeschooling for a while and it being boring, um, and easy. And I just can't wait to have human interaction again, because I feel like that's something I was lacking when I was homeschooling, because I would just stay inside every day, do school,
Yeah,
clean my room a little,
yeah,
play the game the whole day,
yeah.
go to sleep, and then do it again. It was like, it was not good.
Right,
Yeah.
right. That's cool. I'm glad too. I'm glad too. And Jay, so we talked about what you need from your father, right? What do you need from a mom besides her buying you a PC? I saw your brain moving, right? I saw your brain and the wheels turning. You were about to say a
No, I
PC.
was not gonna say that. I was not gonna
You
say
have
that.
a really, really good mom, and not because she's my daughter, but she's a good mom and she loves you and provides for you. So what are the let's talk to the moms. As a teenage boy, what is the best thing you like that your mom does for you or how she makes you feel? What is the best thing?
Mm, Probably cook,
When she cooks, okay.
because we get takeout all the time, but the time we don't get takeout, she makes pretty good food.
Yeah, that's nice. That's
Not all the time, but most of the time.
nice. Okay. All right. How about emotionally? What do you need from a mom? Because it's different than from a dad.
I have my mom already has done like all the stuff emotionally, but I'm
Hmm.
speaking in general.
Hmm.
Moms need to give their kids comfort and just can't let them like just do everything independent, because they're gonna grow up. But like some moms be like, they say, oh, you're gonna grow up in the future, you gotta learn to be independent. I think that that is not true. They gotta have their emotion, like mental state there first before they start trying to do stuff independently.
That's good, Jay. That's good. That's very true. Because sometimes we think we can handle something in our mind, even as a child, and then we go off, or our parents let us go off and do something, and then it's a disaster. Because I remember even when getting married at 16, I felt so grown in my brain. But 16 is crazy. That's 2 years older than you. If you said in 2 years you were getting married, I'd lock you up. I'd lock you up. No, I'd pray. Jay. But okay, that's good. That's good. That's good to know.
Also, from what I got from the last one, uh
From the last podcast
yeah,
just now. Okay.
um that don't be in a rush to leave your parents when you turn 18, cuz it's better to stay with them if you don't have, like, it's better to stay with them when until you have a stable, like, financial situation,
Mm-hmm.
and like you could buy your own house and still have money left. and then still go to work and get more money.
Yeah. Yeah, because we were talking about how culture now is like you're 18, leave, right? And or why are you still living with your parents and you're seen as like a loser or something, or that you should be ashamed. But in reality, like if you have, it's sad when kids leave because they want to, because the home is not great. You're lucky that your mom loves you and you feel safe there, but some kids they want to leave because they feel unsafe. But that it's not shameful to live at home and save money. So hopefully one day when you find a good wife, a godly wife, you have something to offer and it's not debt. And it's not like, listen, all I got is this shoebox, with a little bit of money. Thank you, Jay. That's helpful. I like to hear from you as a young man. And yeah, I really appreciate hearing you as a young man. It helps moms and dads and helps me as a grandma, um, because I want to make sure that I'm leading you correctly, in the way that the Lord has told me to, like like Timothy. And I am excited to see your trajectory with the Lord and in life and how you allow the Lord. So I really thank you. Is there anything else you wanted to share?
Um, what was I gonna say? I just blanked. Uh, Going to church made me happier when cuz I found friends at church, and like all of it's like really good. So it's good to go to church cuz that's one of the fruits, joy, right?
Yes, yes, very good.
So
Very good.
it'll bring you joy, and like you'll love it a lot.
That's good. Thanks, Jay. Thanks for sharing that. So I think we'll end now. My stomach is growling, and so we're gonna go get some pizza. What do you think about that?
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
sounds like a
I
good
want
idea.
pizza.
Yeah, that sounds so good. But I really appreciate it because I know this may not be so comfortable, but welcome to your world, honey, with your Leela.
Wow.
I love you and I appreciate you, honey.
Love you.
Yeah. Well, my friends, thank you for joining us once again on the Liz Teach podcast. And until next time, God bless you.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Liz Teach. My name is Jason Martinez, and today this episode is called "Did You Die?" So it's important to stick with God because He gave you this land, right? He gave you this food, and Liz Teach has a bunch of stuff to share with you that I don't know. I'm her grandson. I still go to school, third grade. Even I don't know. So, just listen to her. She'll give out good information. You'll learn about God. Just make sure to stick with Him. He gives you peace. And here's Liz Teaches.